Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Monday, 3rd of March. In this update, Volodymyr Zelensky is continuing to get a welcome reception in Europe following his confronting White House meeting with Donald Trump. The Ukrainian president has wrapped up a meeting with European and Canadian leaders in London. British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer says they'll work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting and then discuss that with the US. And questions about the future of the Five Eyes intelligence pact are emerging after furious exchanges between the US president and his Ukrainian counterpart. Zelensky was asked to leave the White House after a meeting on ending the war turned hostile. Former Prime Minister Helen Clark says New Zealand should be reconsidering how closely allied we want to be with the US under Trump. Otago University Professor of Foreign Relations Robert Patman says Trump's apparent deference to Russia is concerning.
He's coming across as very weak. So there's questions about American leadership at the Five Eyes. Can we share intelligence arrangements with the Trump administration?
Australia is continuing to lure our health workers in large numbers, with thousands making the most of a Trans-Tasman registration pathway. Figures show nearly 14,500 New Zealand accredited health workers also registered in Australia in the year to the end of June 2024. Danica McLean has more.
The Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency says that's up nearly 60% from the just over 9,000 the year before. Nurses overwhelmingly account for those workers crossing the ditch, with nearly 12,000 heading over in the 2023-24 year.
Meanwhile, cuts to back office health roles have forced frontline workers to do more administrative work, leading to a reduction in services and treatment delays. A Public Service Association survey of nearly 1,300 health workers has found 4 out of 5 say cuts and restructuring over the last year has damaged the services they deliver. Examples include the National Paediatric Clinic being run at half capacity due to hiring restrictions, and nurses and social workers covering reception duties. New Zealand's meth market has become flooded with supply as use soars while costs plunge. Wastewater data shows consumption of the drug more than doubled in the second half of last year to the highest levels ever. A new peak of 39 kilos a week was recorded in October, nearly double the previous record of 20 kilos in 2021. A gun control group doubts changes to firearm protection orders will have much effect on crime. The government's tightened the laws so any gang member or associate with a significant criminal conviction can be slapped with one. Gun Control NZ co-founder Philippa Yazbek says it just gives criminals another law not to follow. And in sport, the Black Caps will face South Africa for a spot in the Champions Trophy final after losing to India by 44 runs in their final group match in Dubai. Dame Lydia Ko has added a 23rd LPGA trophy to her collection after winning the Women's Golf World Championship in Singapore. A long plane ride home for the Warriors as they contemplate the Las Vegas Horror Show to open the NRL season. The 38 loss to the Raiders is their worst opening round defeat since 2013. I'm Neva Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.